Hi everyone, I'm Safa and I'm back to documenting my book reviews because why not? I have a lot of free time to do that, and I hope we enjoy together and we benefit from this. We exchange reviews, thoughts and ideas about books, and mainly read more books. So as you have seen in the title, today I'm gonna talk about my April's favorite books, because I can't talk about all my April's read books. I have read a lot this month, and yeah, so I'm trashing out all the books that I didn't like. The first book I'm gonna talk about is I Must Betray You by Ruta Sepetys. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, I'm sorry. But anyways, this writer is famous for her historical novels. She wrote before Salt to the Sea, which made a huge fuss, and it's worth the hype. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that today. This book tackles Romania in the year 1989. من كانوا the communist regimes are crumbling في اليوروب. شغل بدا الكابيتاليزم يستحوذ على عقول الجماعات. رومانيا كانت فيها dictatorship، كان حاكمهم نيكولاي. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he was a dictator, and he literally like zoned out his country from the world. They literally have no connections with the outside world. And so this book speaks out to those people who lived through this boy named Christian. I don't know. I have a problem with last names. I have to confess this. Essentiel. He's Christian, he's 17 years old, and he's stuck between two decisions to make. Either he betrays the ones he loved, or he plays along. Of course, I had decided his country is worth it all. Aren't we all gonna do that eventually? Yeah. But what's the cost of freedom? You see, this book answers the cost of freedom. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, okay, let me get to this. It's about rebels, revolution, but not that revolution اللي نشوفوها احنا، شغل اللي يموتوا بزاف عباد و I don't know يتظلموا يتحقروا. هنا يتحقروا يتظلموا, but not يعني to the point of dying, you see. But it's still a book about revolution, and I love that. I love me good revolutionary thoughts. What's good about this book is that يهدر على rebels and traitors زايدين في نفس the family, living together under the same roof, and واحد ما على بالو بخوه. I mean, which position they stand on. Tellement there is a lack of communication. The point when they have to whisper, parce que they have to whisper. And I have a quote for you. How could we expect others to feel our pain or hear our cries of help when all we could do was to whisper? Dope. I love it. Anyways, there was this scene in the book that I deeply felt when they were questioning شغل اللي سقسيو فيهم اسكو نتوما خاينين، يعني هما زعما خاينين rebels، اسكو نتوما rebels, and they were like شغل قولوا لنا وراهم other rebels and we will release you and stuff, and Christian was one of them. So there was this man, and he stood up and declared what did he say? Yeah, he said, I'm living history. I am freedom, and this is my statement. Oh my god, it was so, I don't know, so good. I love this book. You should read it. I mean, if you're into historical fiction and history in general, you would love it. I'm sure of it. And that's it. I have no critics because it's perfect. The second book I'm gonna talk about is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, and I have to start this review by a quote from it. It's so good. The beauty of the house is immeasurable. its kindness infinite. You can guess. It's about this house that has no limits. The corridors so endless. The walls are رايحين astaghfirullah. You see, and فيه like statues بزاف شغل. It's like a labyrinth. Yeah, it's like a labyrinth, and Piranesi, our protagonist, is living there and discovering the house. وحنا كما رانا نقرا وانا discovering the house معاه. The thing that we know is a flood is coming. بصح Piranesi is not afraid of the flood. تما شغل يعرف بزاف بلايص. Piranesi has a really good memory, or we believe so, حتى نعرفو بلي he really loves the house. Okay, he refuses to go back زعما to his real life. I can't say غير اللي جا باسكو شغل والفو حافظ البلايص اللي فيه بزاف and he loves it. Now we have another character named the other اللي believe بلي راه الهاوس هذا فيه a secret knowledge that he must seek. اللي هاي فيزيتي بيرانيزي twice a week ولا once in 2 weeks, I forgot. Anyways, essentially it's 2. The other wants to find this knowledge, so he visits Piranesi because he knows the house, he knows the places, and asks him to discover في كل مرة يديسكوفري بلاصة في the house or something about it. Anyways, بيرانيزي المره الاولى كذا شغل يتاثر يقول لك صح بالك في حاجه سبيسيال منه بعد يقول no the house is beautiful because it's beautiful. We don't have there شغل ماشي لازم يكون كاين why، مش لازم يكون سبب كاين باش نقول بلي the house is beautiful. ماشي لازم يكون عنده secret knowledge to be كيفاش نقولوا worth it ولا valuable كيما نقولوا. And the thing is, this book was published during the pandemic. I mean, if you reflect the story, the description, how Piranesi feels about this house, even though it's not his, sometimes it feels like it's his. وفي أحيان أخرى it feels like it's not. And so when you reflect this مع pandemic, it's so smart. I mean, I get it like شغل من كنا في the outside world we didn't care about our houses بزاف شغل we know places في our house. نعرفوا وين رانا حاطين وراني وجهي الكوزينه ورانا حاطين بقله you see نعرفوا رانا حاطين حوايج in our house. بصح كي جا البانديميك we discovered our houses more and I couldn't see it in this way. ما شفتها in the first way and it was still mesmerizing. It is a really great book. Some will find it boring because of the writing style شوية ثقيل يعني على كل حال وشغل جاية long prose و it's hard to keep up at times باسكو مكانش names شغل كاين غير numbers and I don't know هما the characters مكانش كاين like this two Piranesi and the other and 16 I won't tell you who 16 is. Anyways, so I don't know, it's hard to keep up with at times باسكو كاينين شغل تداخل تاع قصص اخرى to reveal the ending باش يشرحوا لنا علاه some things were happening and I found it really genius and I hope you read it because it's one of my favorite books of this year. The next book I'm gonna talk about is The Secret History by Donna. Oh my god, I have waited like I don't know for more than 2 years to read this book. I wanted to read it on paper, but luckily I didn't wait more. The next book I'm gonna talk about is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. It's dark academia themed and it's a mystery thriller that talks about a group of students. I love all of them, by the way. This is like a subjective review. خلاص ما فيهاش intellect. I love this book because the characters are charismatic and that's a valid reason. Sue me. Anyways, it talks about هاد الجماعة اللي يقراو normalement majoring in English normalement ويقراو عندهم Greek course with their teacher جوليان. دوكا جوليان هذا ما يحكمش اي ستودنت يديه يقرا عنده. they شغل هو يخيرهم بالواحد. and Richard is a new student ثم يقرا معاهم ويخيروا جوليان of course باسكو he sees potential in him. Essentially they are so cool. They speak Greek and they are intellectuals. They are beautiful, handsome and rich. I mean من بعيد هكذا يبانوا لك بلي wow they are so cool. I want to be part of them. I mean personally I want to be part of the group. I know what happened بصح I still want to be part of the group. they are so cool. Anyways من بعيد هكذا تشوفوهم like they have everything neat, everything perfect. And there is nothing wrong with their life. في الدبية الكتاب بعدا their friend Bunny is dead وهما اللي قتلوه. I mean it's not a spoiler. هذه هي البرولوج. and why قتلوه we will discover زعما كي نقراو الكتاب you see. and that's it. شغل it's I mean الكوتي تاع mystery thriller it's good بصح ماشي that perfect. بصح the details تاعهم their emotions, the description of how they perceive things, why did they do that, and how I mean did they شغل went to jail. اسكو فيقوا بعضهم ولا لا اسكو كرهوا بعضهم ورا الانسيدنت اسكو كملوا مع بعضهم till the end. That's what triggered me the most to carry on reading it, and I carried on and it was chef kissed. I love it because of the writing style generally, because the writing style is so good, so mesmerizing and so overwhelming, and like it hook you up. شغل تخليك هكذا لاصق واش صرا next واش صرا واش كاين. and شغل الديتيلز ما كانوش مره بورين. تبقى ديما هكذا like تحوس على الكلو واش داروا علاه داروا هذيك maybe this is the reason maybe not. دوك يقتلوه في هذا المومون دوك ما يقتلوهش يسي باسكو شغل فلاش باك. part 1 is فلاش باك قبل ما يقتلوه and part 2 is flash forward بعد ما قتلوه كيفاش كملوا حياتهم. and it's really so good. I love it, especially the philosophical ideas that were there. شغل ما كانش normal thriller. it was like very informative in a way. Yes, it was informative هكا وشغل كيف بدو يشيخوا مع بعضهم. I just wished I was there. I mean the writing style تخليك you feel like you are with them, you are one of them, one of the group, and so that's why I really loved it, and that's why I really recommend it. I hope you all read it. The next book I'm gonna talk about is The Bookshop by Penelope Fitzgerald. I have a problem with last names, excuse me. المرة الجاية نعطيكم غير ال first name. Anyways, The Bookshop يهدر على هذه السيدة Florence Green who lives in a small village by the side sea وحبت تدير لهم bookshop. بصح كاينة this woman Mrs. Gamart هي she is the art doyenne ثم حبت شغل she has another ideas for البلاصة اللي فلورنس راح تحل فيها البوكشوب. and so you know this is the obstacle زعما شغل هي she has like power عندها نفوذ ومعرفة باش تقدر تدي you know the property هذيك وتقلبها تحاول تقلبها زعما art museum. علاه ما قلبتيهاش من قبل؟ لا علاه حتى جات فلورنس قالت لكم حنديرها بوكشوب باش نتي وليتي نواياي كانت مختلفة. anyways and she tries her best باش تنحي لفلورنس الحق الملكية هذاك تاع the old house وتحل ثم her art museum. بصح فلورنس تنجح تحل a bookshop and she has customers تمشي لها يعني الخدمة and she meets Mr. Brandish who is really nice gentleman يقرأ هو ثاني يشري عليها. and so شغل منين رايحة تحل شغل كي حلت صايي الدوايين ما حبتش تحبس شغل تمسمرت لها سكنت لها في حياتها يزحي باش تخرجها من the old house تحل الارت ميوزيوم قطعوا البلايص. anyways you can see that I hate her شغل why would you close a bookshop in a village that doesn't have a bookshop? Why? This is a crime, was punished by law, which is a crime, another crime. Anyways, راني تحمست. The thing is شغل ماشي برك Mrs. Gammert اللي تبقى وراها. There are others اللي شغل they support Mrs. Gammert for her decision بلي they don't need a bookshop. هذه هي الأخر شغل what? You don't need a bookshop. شغل مع فلورنس عرفت بلي a town that lacks a bookshop isn't necessarily a town that wants a bookshop, which is so depressing. عليه يعني عليه. I mean, you have to read it to know what happens next. شغل بصح راني حابة نسبويلي. I wanna rent, but yeah, it was really I don't know, depressing. شغل ماشي like seeing those people trying to شغل gang up on her غير باش تسكر bookshop was really depressing. And yeah, I love it, and I love books that talks about books. شغل this subject. Like علاه and I can't understand. I can't understand why would they do that. علاه the people who supported Mrs. Gammert علاه زعما الارت كيفاش راح يتفهموا الارت نتوما الليتراتشر برك ما كومش into it. تروحوا تفرجوا. Oh, beautiful. How? Anyways, I'm not gonna be angry about this. It's just a book. It's not just a book. I just hate them. No matter what the consequence was, no matter how the ending was, which I'm not gonna say, I hate them. صح. Yes, we hate them. I أقرأه باش we hate them together. ديروا هكذا. I don't know, I forgot the name of the town. L'essentiel. That village hating group. Citizens, ماشي the village. The village is so beautiful. By the way, the description is great. I won't gonna lie. It's really great. The village. I wanna live there. بصح كيعادوا people تاعهم يعيفوا. I don't wanna live there. بالعكس أنا حناشد السلطات المعنية بإخلاء لهذيك beautiful place of those ugly people. This is the effects of a good book. So I hope you read it, and yeah, let me know when you read it. I would want to rant about it again with you. And by the way, there is a movie if you want to watch it, just in case. The fifth book, or should I say graphic novel, that I have read, and the first one in my life. 2017 صفا is so disappointed in me, and I was like, I would never. بصح here's to discovering new things. It's heartstopper. And you can bet بلي قريتو غير على جال كاين نتفليكس سيريز خارجه. Yeah, I did that. It's a cute romance book على LGBTQ, discovering your sexuality هكا ماشي ours. You know what I mean. It's about this boy Charlie who's gay, and Nick discovering that he is gay and how he should come out to his parents, to his environment, how he should accept himself, which I can see why it made such a fuss. باسكو شغل هاد المواضيع في البرا they are so مهابل بيهم. بصح احنا it's okay. I loved it. It was cute and yeah, and easy to read. شغل خلصتهم like in one night. قريتهم كيما راهم. I didn't sleep باسكو شغل I was triggered. What happened next. دوكا راني نستنى في الفيفث بوك اللي يخرج في 2023. and شغل the cliffhanger was so. قلت واش داني نقرا. so I do that. Cheers to Manel. قلت لها نقرا Chain of Gold. The next book I'm gonna talk about, and the last one for this video, is Reopening Muslim Minds, A Return to Reason, Freedom and Tolerance by Mustafa Akyol. Bon, the book talks about Islam. بصح it's not like القواعد والأحكام والأسباب تراجع الأمة you see, not like it's not a typical religious book. Like a book, it's not a typical book about religion. يهدر على how Islam lost شغل the crisis of the Islamic nation وكيفاه شغل Muslims did so wrong بالإسلام and how we lost شغل هذيك ال golden era اللي كنا عايشين فيها and how we keep on comparing حياتنا ل what was شغل ديما تلقاو Muslims belittling themselves in front of the Western society in terms of achievements شغل زعما هما وصلوا وحنا مازلنا اللي بقينا متأخرين. That's the typical sentence that everyone used. And so شغل يجي مصطفى أكيول يحكي لنا على his own story مع الإسلام and كيفاش شغل some Muslims extremists. I wouldn't say extremists باسكو شغل ماشي يهدوه بالقتل ولا كش حاجة هكا بصح like they really oppressed him and yeah شغل يجي يحكي لنا عليهم ويحكي لنا على the theology part of the Islam. شغل يحكي على طوائف تاع الإسلام and كيفاش هذه الطوائف شغل قاعدين يختلفوا على أمور تافهة. يحكي لنا مصطفى أكيول also على the reasons why he thinks Islam خسر العالمية تاعو باسكو من قبل كان دين تاع تسامح و دين تاع reason freedom and tolerance بصح ولا العكس تماما ولينا شغل التقليد الأعمى ماشي غير شغل كنا خايفين من التقليد الأعمى للغرب عطانا الفكرة هذه تاع التقليد الأعمى للسلف شغل ماشي سلف مي بون نشوفوا شغل الأحاديث غير صحيحة ويبقاو يتبعوا فيها باسكو it may have been said it may have not been said شغل وثاني because of حنايا ثاني كمسلمين we do ourselves so much damage by belittling our worth. lately برك when كما صارت هذيك تاع uncivilized this is Ukraine, this is not a third world country, uncivilized third world country على Palestine and yeah في هذه فوقنا احنا باللي what's the definition of the civilization وش يعني انه like some country is civilized and the other one is not. شغل يبداو هذاك الكلاش between the west and the east يتهاوشوا على who is more civilized and this is like I mean this conflict between the two parts of the world made me realize بلي احنا we are صح civilized ما نلقى شغل كي نجيو نقيسو civilization بالتكنولوجي ولا how money we make as a country في العام of course we're not but what's civilization anyway you see and so شغل صح احنا محتقرين روحنا ومحتقرين الإسلام معنا و false representation تاع الإسلام راهي شغل جراف كي تعود من عند المسلمين it's more dangerous كي تعود من عند الكفار themselves. شغل احنا مدينا لهم our weakness على طبقة من الذهب. The thing that Mustafa Akyol spoke of and I didn't agree on is تشجيع على modern interpretations of Quran and Sunnah. He didn't exactly say let's neglect what the previous علماء الفقه والحديث you see said بصح he hinted on it بلي علاه رانا متشبثين بالحوايج تاعهم in a modern world شغل that won't do anymore and that was شغل شوية harsh. why would you say that شغل كنت جايبها for هي لا خربتها because the dudes really worked hard شغل sacrificed their lives في سبيل إنارة الأمة كما نقولوا شغل they really were شغل مصابيح الأمة and then you come and say that no مش هكاك شغل I believe بلي Muslims هما اللي لازم يرجلوا رواحهم we have no problem شغل everything is working just fine. مفتي نتاعنا الله يبارك هايلين not me قاعدة نشيت no but truly speaking شغل المفتي نتاعنا they have their jobs وشغل that's الخطأ يقع على عاتقهم مش علينا and so we have to صح مش لازم تقليد الأعمى what they say شغل we have to شوية خدموا عقولنا but most of times شغل they are right, they know better than us. احنا اللي بس نمشي مع مصالحنا، هذيك هي اللي ما تمشي مع مصالحنا it's wrong ومنا، which is sad شوية عليه. I didn't like that in the book. بصح أبغى شغل he talked about الطوائف, he talked about حوايج مهمين في الإسلام and how it all started and how it's going, and yeah, I loved it. شغل this book is a masterpiece من الآخر. I love the fact that he wrote in English. شغل most Islamic books من هذه النوعية اللي يهضروا على الطوائف الإسلامية ولا اللي يهضروا على الconflicts في الدين في حد ذاته are in Arabic, and I hated this for so long, and I wished I could write a book of such. بصح أنا impossible ما يمكنش. And when I found it, yeah, this book is perfect. شغل مامسي يقراه واحد نون مسلم راح يتثقف، مامي يقراه واحد مسلم راح يتثقف. And yeah, شغل thank you for writing this book, thank you so much. And how do you know بلي شغل this book is شغل the ultimate best one. كي نقول thank you for writing this book, it's really beneficial, informative and great, and شغل it won't be my last read to it. صح at this moment it's my favorite book اللي يهدر على الإسلام after شغل ماشي after, before, even before الإسلام بين الشرق والغرب. I just loved this book and I wish you all read it. شغل كوار تقراوه. I mean شغل صح as Muslims we should read more Arabic books. على خاطرش Arabic books فيهم more information, شغل we can relate to them more and like يكونوا ديتاي بلي ديتاي على هذا. مي هذا is just chef kissed. I love it, you should all read it, and yeah, that's it, probably that's it. So thank you so much for being here, for watching me ramble about books and see you next time.